Well, took a little while, but I had to heat the crap out of these T-bolt nuts. Still a little warm. This slide is free. This one's still stuck on the bolt, so I can't move him off yet. Hammer, or the hammer is still stuck in the slides. About every bolt that I've gotten loose or tried to touch with a wrench or anything I've had to heat. I can't find my damn little tripod thing to put my phone on, so it's kind of do a little bit and then video. I've lubricated the crap out of it with penetrating oil. So far this Babbitt bearing has taken penetrating oil. The back one has not. It's still sitting in the cup. From what I kind of figure is I'll get the hammer and this mechanism all off the face of the flywheel, and I'll pull the flywheel and crank out and get the hammer and this guard and the hammer out. From what I could see, or for what I found out, that this is a first model, an early model, because it has the steel guide, and I believe the other part is the newer model. After this one had another anvil that separated from the main casting, and they were saying some of them had serial numbers on it on the neck. I can't find anything on the neck. The only thing I can find is that right there, but it laid in the dirt so long it's just rotted away, as it was just stamped in there. But I'll get a little bit more done and bring you back. Try to find that tripod somewhere. Alright. Alright. Hammer's off, guard's off, front mechanism. Hammer don't look bad. Kind of pitted in spots. Not bad looking. Got some pins that are going to need to be replaced and put some new bushings in. This one I think is the worst one. There's 8 at the bottom on it. Not sure how I'm going to do that one, but I'll get that done. I was able to finally get all the bolts out of the main caps. Got the clutch mechanism, the arm lever off. Got that rod pulled out. Here's some of the bolts I was working with. Not much of the heads left on them. There's one of the nuts. Just about every single bolt I took off, I had to heat the crap out of it. See if I can get one of them caps off. Almost looked like the Babbitt broke loose. Yep. It's definitely poured off to the center. I don't know if you can see it, but the right side of that bearing is a lot thinner than the left. It's not off, or it hasn't eaten into the bearing. It's just was poured off to the side. Should be able to clean that shaft up, I think. It looks worse on the camera than it is. It looks here. Alright, well, I'm gonna get some more of this apart. Alright, well, it's in pieces. I still need to get that bolt out of the bottom for the treadle, the footworks. Finally got the bell off the clutch. That was extremely stuck. What I ended up doing is taking a Sawzall had it flipped upside down, so the shaft, this end was on the ground. Put a Sawzall blade through here and ate the clutch out. That was the only way to get that out. And then the only thing I broke on it was this collar for the clutch. Which is not a big deal. I can get that, I can fix that. But that was rusted tight inside the flywheel. But I think everything else is savable. I got to redo that guy. Surprisingly, the other one's perfect. So I can make a copy off of him. Everything looks salvageable. Hell, even the bearings look good. The shaft's all cleaned up real nice. I do have to replace some pins. They're some of them are just a little bit worn out. And nuts and bolts. A lot of them don't have freaking heads on them because they've rotted off. That worked out pretty good with vice grips and everything. Took a good little while to get the anvil out. Sorry, the wife called. But yeah, the anvil, that was a chore to get out. What I ended up having to do is take the angle grinder and cut the gib in half so I could shrink it up to get him out. And then it had, if I could find it, evidently it was loose. The anvil was loose in there, and they beat the hell out of the anvil because that was a shim that was under it. That's another shim, but I think it's lead. But ate a nice groove down in the bottom of that guy. So I end up fixing that. That's where we're at. Make some pins and clean a whole bunch of stuff up. But all the holes seem to be straight. They don't seem to be wallered out. I still got to get this piece of cast off this brass. Order some brake lining material. I know that shaft there looks bad, but it's just a whole bunch of penetrating oil and dirt and probably a little bit of rust like that upper shaft is, but it's all guaranteed to be salvageable. I think I worked almost 3 hours trying to get that flywheel off the clutch. That was definitely interesting. Alright, thanks for watching.